Hi, Lou Manfredini, Ace's home expert, and today we're going to talk about cutting laminate flooring. This is a terrific option when it comes to redoing the floors in your home, and you have a lot of options when it comes to actually cutting the material. We're going to illustrate and show how to use 3 different types of saws that are pretty useful when it comes to installing laminate floors. A power miter saw, a jig saw, you're definitely going to need one of these, and this is a manual saw for making straight cuts in the laminate to make the job go as smoothly as possible. Let me show you how they work. Okay, we've done earlier videos on how to use a compound miter saw. It's a really useful tool when cutting laminate flooring because if you've got to make a lot of cuts quickly, this will speed the whole process up, but you need to understand how it works. Laminate flooring is a pretty tough material, and so it's something when it comes to cutting, depending on if you need to make straight cuts, angle cuts, this can really speed things up. I highly recommend ear protection and eye protection for sure. We're in a studio setting, so it's going to get pretty loud in here, but even if you're outside, these saws make a lot of noise. And so the benefit of a saw like this is you have the ability to change the angle. You're not really going to be doing a compound where you're going to be turning it back and forth, but for straight cuts, you want to set that material in place. Make sure your fingers are out of the way. You're going to pull that trigger. And you get a really nice straight cut. Makes a lot of noise, makes a lot of dust, but it certainly speeds up the process. Inevitably, there's going to be a spot when you go to install your new flooring where you're going to have to cut a notch out for a door jamb or some protrusion that's coming through the floor. That's where a jigsaw like this will come in handy. Once you make the markings, you want to go ahead and make sure the blade is sharp. This is an all-purpose blade, and you can see a little bit with the thinner teeth on the blade. The thinner the teeth, meaning the smaller that they are and closer together, the more smooth of a cut you're going to get. So you want to make sure that the blade kind of looks like that, that's designed for smoother cuts because you want a nice finished product. So with the marking where it needs to be, you're going to go ahead and place your saw right in there, and you're going to keep the blade off of the material, and then you're going to pull the trigger to get the saw blade and the saw engaged, and then slowly follow the line. This is a manual laminate tile cutter if you don't want to use all that power tools, and this is really designed for making straight cuts. You put your tile inside there that you're going to cut, and then you bring this down with good pressure. You're going to need both hands to slice that flooring. These are just some of the options you have when it comes to cutting laminate flooring. Remember that you want to make sure that the material is well supported, you're holding it firmly, that you're comfortable using all of these particular tools, and that you're taking the correct safety precautions, whether it's eye protection, a mask, but definitely eye protection as well. If you need more advice or help with that project you're doing around your home, just go to your local Ace Hardware store. We're right there to help you in your neighborhood. Remember, Ace is the helpful place.